The Power of English. Please do subscribe. The Bridge of Words. Ayaan lived in a quiet village surrounded by lush fields and rolling hills. Life in the village was simple, but it offered limited opportunities for those who aspired to achieve something beyond its boundaries. Ayaan, a 21-year-old with big dreams, often felt trapped. He had always been fascinated by computers and dreamed of becoming a software engineer, but there was one major obstacle: he barely knew any English. In school, English had always been his weakest subject. While he excelled in mathematics and science, his struggles with English grammar and vocabulary held him back. Most of the tutorials, books, and job requirements in the tech field were in English, making him feel excluded from the world he wanted to be a part of. One day, while scrolling through his phone, he stumbled upon a video of a young entrepreneur from a neighboring city sharing his success story in fluent English. Ayaan felt inspired but also frustrated. If only I could speak like that, he thought. Little did he know that his life was about to change. The first encounter. A week later, the village was buzzing with news. A young woman named Ria, who had grown up in the village but moved to the city for her studies, had returned. She was a linguist and planned to start free English classes for villagers. Curious and hopeful, Ayaan decided to attend the first session. The classroom was modest, a community hall with wooden benches and a blackboard. Ria began by addressing the group of hesitant students. English is not just a language, it's a tool that opens doors to opportunities, she said with a warm smile. It connects people across the world, helps you access knowledge, and builds confidence. Ayaan listened intently. Ria explained how English was the global language of science, technology, business, and entertainment. She shared how her fluency in English had helped her travel abroad, secure scholarships, and build a successful career. For Ayaan, this was a revelation. At the end of the session, Ria encouraged the students to introduce themselves in English. Ayaan fumbled through his words, feeling embarrassed. But instead of laughing, Ria praised his effort. Every expert was once a beginner, she said. Her words struck a chord with Ayaan. The challenges. Determined to improve, Ayaan began attending Ria's classes regularly. However, learning English was no easy task. He struggled with pronunciation, mixed up tenses, and found himself overwhelmed by the vast vocabulary. His classmates, mostly younger students, often teased him for his mistakes. "I'm too old to learn," he thought one evening after a particularly tough day. But Ria wouldn't let him quit. She shared stories of people who had overcome greater challenges. "Do you know how many scientific papers, business deals, and cultural exchanges happen in English?" she asked. "This language is your ticket to the world." To motivate him further, Ria introduced Ayaan to the internet as a learning tool. She showed him websites with free tutorials, videos with subtitles, and language apps. "The internet is mostly in English," she said. "Once you learn, the world becomes your classroom." Gradually, Ayaan began to see progress. He practiced speaking with his classmates, wrote essays, and even started watching English movies with subtitles. He often stayed up late at night, listening to podcasts and repeating words aloud. The turning point. Months of hard work began to pay off. Ayan's confidence grew as he started understanding English conversations and forming sentences without hesitation. Encouraged by Ria, he enrolled in an online course on programming, a course he had avoided earlier because it was in English. The course not only helped him improve his technical skills but also exposed him to global ideas and practices. Through discussion forums, he connected with students from around the world. Though nervous at first, he found himself communicating with them in English, sharing ideas and learning about their cultures. One day, while scrolling through job postings online, Ayaan noticed a position for a remote software developer with an international company. The requirements included proficiency in English, both written and spoken. For the first time, Ayaan felt ready to apply. He spent days perfecting his resume and practicing for the interview, which was conducted in English. To his delight, he got the job. It was a part-time position, but it paid well and allowed him to work from home while continuing his studies. For Ayaan, this was a dream come true. Success and sharing. With his new job, Ayaan's world expanded. He worked on international projects, attended virtual meetings, and collaborated with colleagues from different countries. He realized that English was not just a language but a bridge connecting him to people, ideas, and opportunities he had never imagined. But Ayaan didn't forget his roots. During a visit to Ria's class, he noticed a new group of students struggling just as he once had. Inspired to give back, he decided to start his own English training center in the village. The center, named Bridge of Words, offered free classes to villagers. Ayaan used his own journey as an example to inspire others. He incorporated technology into the lessons, teaching students how to use apps, access online resources, and communicate with people globally. One of his students, a young girl named Mira, dreamed of becoming a doctor. With Ayaan's guidance, she improved her English and successfully applied for a scholarship to study medicine abroad. Watching her succeed filled Ayaan with pride. Conclusion. Years later, Ayaan stood in front of a packed auditorium as the keynote speaker at an international conference on education and technology. Speaking fluently in English, he shared his story of transformation. "English changed my life," he said. "It gave me the confidence to chase my dreams, the tools to succeed, and the ability to connect with the world. But more importantly, it taught me that no obstacle is insurmountable if you are willing to work hard and believe in yourself." The audience erupted in applause, but Ayaan's thoughts drifted back to the modest village where it all began. He knew that English was more than just a language, it was the bridge that had connected him to a world of endless possibilities.